been so long since you put it down for me. I've been waiting for the day that we can be free like we used to.
Thursday, September 3rd. Hanging out by City Hall. This is the new City Hall. Remember in my previous vlog I linked the old City Hall when I went for a jog past it, near where the falls were. So this is the new City Hall. There's some cool stuff around here. There's a sculpture that kind of reacts to sound, but it seems to be turned off right now. It's kind of sporadically on and off throughout the year. I don't really know what causes it to be broken or turned off, but anyway, it's not on right now, so it's kind of no point in showing it to you, but I am hanging out with my new longboard. I picked it up last night, went for some rides around under the thunderheads. It didn't actually rain on me very much, just kind of spit a little bit, but for the most part it was just really nice to start learning how to ride under the sounds and the lightning. So I just finished at the office and I'm heading back home now. And then I've got to rush off a couple more clients. Busy day. It's been a couple busy weeks. Just making time for myself is really important. So that's what I'm trying to do right now.
If it makes you feel good, then keep moving. If it makes you feel cool, then keep moving. If it makes you...
So I've spent all day in traffic today. I'm supposed to be with my business partners at 1:30. It's now 5:30 and I am just leaving my final client for the day. It's a full day. I've been out all day non-stop. Did manage to get a little bit of that boarding in this morning though. That was pretty sweet. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do now. I'm supposed to go to my business partner's house now to work with him some more. But I think I might just say stuff it and go see him tomorrow morning, go home and go boarding. Find the sunset and relax with my hammock. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. What do you think? This is what bike lanes are for. Man, I should be doing this all summer. So I'm heading my way down to the locks to get myself a little bit of more time lapse. Should be good to go. Looking forward to it. Despite all my complaining, it's really nice to catch the end of the summer and enjoy as much of it as you can. Because, I mean, look at this. So these are the locks. I've been trying to get down here for the last couple weeks to do some time lapses and to shoot some stuff and to just unwind and relax. It's about 7:05. The sun's supposed to set in about 32 minutes. So the plan is to walk down by the river and just skate with Lucas and just enjoy the path. And see how far we can get before the sun actually starts to get deeper into the horizon. Ideally, I'd like to take a time lapse of the sunset, but I'd have to shoot every minute or every 30 seconds or something to get a decent time lapse. Otherwise, it would be an 18-minute time lapse. It's just so slow at this time of year. Surprising though, the last time lapses I took were about 2 weeks ago, and already the sunset has changed significantly. It's setting an hour earlier than it did, barely 2 or 3 weeks ago. Sure signs that autumn is here. So this path heads along the river. The sun has just gone behind that building there as of maybe 15 seconds ago. This is definitely the way to travel. Look at that sun. Beautiful. So today was really hectic. Large portions of it were spent in the car. Even though the morning longboarding was a lot of fun, I sort of forgot about it pretty quickly when I started getting stressed out. So I'm glad I've made the time and the effort to come down here and relax and watch the sunset with Lucas, because it really is going to make me feel a whole lot better. Just to unwind, breathing, relaxing. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful.
I've been waiting for the day that we can be free like we used to be.
So interesting development. While I was taking my time lapse, I left my bag beside the path, and while I was doing that, I must have disturbed a wasp's nest, because suddenly I was swarmed and my bag was swarmed, and I got bitten on my thumb, on my leg, on my arm. Those are the main ones that I can feel right now. Having been bitten by a wasp in about 35 years, I think. I think the last time I got bitten by a wasp I was a 4 or 5 year old kid, and I've managed to avoid it since, but these wasps were swarming, and they continue to swarm around my bag, and I only just managed to run through and grab most of what I need. I've left my helmet behind and I don't see them swarming anymore, but they were swarming around my backpack continually, so I sort of had to warn people off, and I've only just been able to go grab my camera remote so I can turn it from time-lapse back to video mode, so that I could update you. But it's surprising. I've never ever had that happen before. So bizarre. Island over there with the teepees on it. It's called Victoria Island, not like the one on the coast of BC, and it's actually a reserve, or it's owned by Native Canadians. And one of my earliest memories of Ottawa was going to a Canada Day event there and watching a man in a loincloth skinning a beaver. Now, this was in the 80s when you could get away with that sort of thing. Obviously they don't do that sort of thing anymore, but I always thought that the island was closed and there were no more Native Canadians using it, but from those tents and teepees it looks like it's being used again. Lucas has slowed down considerably after the stinging of the paw and the running for the last good 45 minutes or so. He's not really pulling me so much as I'm pulling him, but he's keeping up. He's a stoic little guy. Crossing the bridge into Quebec now. Gonna cross by along the other side of the river and then sneak back to the other bridge across to the market and home. That section over there of the city is an old abandoned E.B. Eddy factory where they used to make all sorts of things like matches and things like that they don't make anymore. The Domtar, I think that's actually what who used to own it. Maybe they're a sewage or a hygiene company of some sort, paper company anyway. And my buddy Mike is the one who is currently responsible for taking the photographs for the abandoned buildings that are being closed and heavily secured for many, many years, because they're going to turn it into condos. This bike path is pretty nice. It's concrete instead of asphalt, which means it doesn't really need to be replaced or repaired as often. There are some big cracks in it, but for the most part, pretty good. Behind me is the Museum of Civilization, designed by Moshe Safdie in 1996, 95. The front of the building is supposed to look like a native mask. You can sort of see it behind me. Kind of got some golden lidded eyes. It's been renamed Museum of History, I think, instead of the Museum of Civilization. Beautiful building. One of the more unique ones we have in the area. This is one of the nicest views you can get of Ottawa. You can barely hear me probably. I'm just gonna stop here for a second so I can take a picture. There you go. A little quieter. So you've got apartment buildings, there's downtown. See those lights going along the river? That's where we just were, where we got stung by the wasps. And you can see the mint over on that side. Just a beautiful, beautiful city.